this book a couple of months ago. I read kind of slow, so I've only read like 2 books in the last couple months. But I really, really liked it. I gave it, I think, 4 out of 5 stars. But it's really good. It's cute. I myself really like rom-coms, and so I really appreciated all the references that are in this book to it. There's a lot of like song references too. I'm just gonna go ahead and read the description. Liz Buxbaum, I hope I'm saying that right, has always known that Wes Bennett was not boyfriend material. You would think that her next door neighbor would be a prime candidate for romantic comedy fantasies, but Wes has only proven himself to be a pain in the butt ever since they were little. Wes was the kid who put a frog in her Barbie dream house, the monster who hid a lawn gnome's severed head in her little homemade neighborhood book exchange. Flash forward 10 years from the great gnome decapitation. It's Liz's senior year, a time meant to be rife with milestones perfect for any big screen, but she needs Wes's help. See, Liz's forever crush, Michael, has just moved back to town, and horribly annoyingly, he's hitting it off with Wes, meaning that if Liz wants Michael to finally notice her and hopefully be her prom date, she needs Wes. He's her in. But as Liz and Wes scheme to get Liz her magical prom moment, she's shocked to discover that she actually likes being around Wes. And as they continue to grow closer, she must re-examine everything she thought she knew about love and rethink her own perception of what happily ever after should really look like. I just really liked this book. It was like a feel-good romance. It does, like I said, it references a lot of rom-coms and songs. It actually introduced me to a song that I'm obsessed with now. It's called River. Yeah, I would definitely recommend this book to anyone that just wants like a quick, easy read that's like feels like you're reading a rom-com. The artwork is so cute on the cover. The next book is called Mountains Made of Glass by Scarlett Sinclair. This book, when I originally saw it, it was, I don't want to say marketed, but kind of like it was like marketed as a fairy tale retelling, as it says on the cover, of, I think it was Beauty and the Beast. I might be wrong, but I was really excited about that because I love ACOTAR. I've only read the first 2 books of ACOTAR so far, but I really like it, and I just really enjoy a fairy tale fantasy kind of book. Like, that's exactly the type of book that I like. However, I did not finish this book. I quit reading it very early in, and it was not for me. I'll go ahead and read the description on the back, but I will say the reason that I didn't finish this book was because I don't really like books that are like spicy, I guess, if that's what you want to call it, where that's like the entire, or it feels to me like that's the entire point of the book, and like the plot is kind of in the backseat, you know? I don't like that. It's just not for me. I like the more like sweet romance books. All Gisella's life, her home village of Elk has been cursed, and it isn't a single curse. It is one after another, each to be broken by a villager, each with devastating consequences. When Elk's well goes dry, it is Gisella's turn to save her town by killing the toad that lives at the bottom. Except the toad is not a toad at all. He is an elven prince under a curse of his own, and upon his death, his brothers come for Gisella, seeking retribution. As punishment, the princes banish Gisella to live with their 7th brother, just like not really knowing what happened at the end. A lot of people complained that they felt the ending was rushed. I actually liked the ending though. I feel like it tied everything up into like a nice, neat little bow, and it was good. This book, since it doesn't have a description, I'll try and do my best to give you a little bit of a description myself. It's about these two sisters named Scarlett and Donatella, and they get these tickets from the Caraval master named Legend to go and see the show. But it's like an immersive experience. And essentially, Scarlett gets separated from Donatella before they even get there to the island of Caraval. And she spends the entire time trying to find her sister, and thinking that her sister is going to end up unalived, basically. Yeah. And it's interesting because it does say, like, repeatedly, remember this is all a game. But while you're reading it, I feel like it is kind of hard to tell what's real and what's not, especially at the end. The end was so wild. But yeah, I would definitely recommend it. I had mixed feelings about Julian's character. I mean, I don't want to give like spoilers and stuff, but that's the only part of the end that I didn't really like that much, was just everything that happened with Scarlett and Julian. Like, I don't know, I had weird feelings about him towards the end, but that's just me. I would recommend this book just because I feel like it's one of those ones, like one of those book talk books that you should just read once just to see if you like it, because some people really, really love it, and that could be you. Overall, love Stephanie Garber so much. Okay, now we can get into what I'm currently reading. I am currently reading the complete Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy, which is by Jenny Han. Quick disclaimer is that I've already read this series last year for the first time, so this is my second time reading it through. Can we just take a moment for the color scheme? I love it so much, especially this purple. So this is the first book in the series. It's just called The Summer I Turned Pretty, which is by Jenny Han. I love the color. I love the cover. I do love the colors too. This book was turned into, the whole series was turned into a TV show, which is on Amazon Prime. I'm currently reading this one out of the series, and I'm on page 155, which is chapter 24. This book is a very quick read, in my opinion. I think the whole series is kind of a quick read. When I read it the first time last year, it was actually in the winter. I think it was like January, February time. I read all 3 books in like 2 days. I'm honestly just a really big fan of it. I don't know what it is about it, but I've been obsessed with it since I watched the show for the first time. Some summers are just destined to be pretty. When each summer begins, Belly leaves her school life behind and escapes to Cousins Beach, the place she has spent every summer of her life. Not only does the beach house mean home away from home, but her favorite people are there. Susanna, her mother's best friend, and her sons, Conrad and Jeremiah. Belly has been chasing Conrad for as long as she can remember, and more than anything, she hopes this summer will be different. Despite distractions from a new guy named Cam, and lingering looks from Conrad's brother Jeremiah, Belly's heart belongs to Conrad. Will he offer his to her? Will this be the summer that changes everything? This is like a really quick every single summer at Cousins Beach, Belly's life is about to change. Since her brief relationship with Conrad fizzled out this past winter, she'll be staying home for the first time. Her best friend Taylor has lots of plans for them, boat parties and tanning by the pool and new boys to obsess over. But when Jeremiah calls and says that Conrad has disappeared, all roads seem to lead back to the beach house. Will Belly spend another summer chasing after Conrad, or will she finally be able to let him go? I know Conrad is like widely hated on by, I don't want to call it the fandom, but like there is like a huge fandom of this now because of the TV show. And most people do not like Conrad, it seems like, but I love him. I'm Team Conrad forever. Especially after what happens in the third book. Like personally, I've never liked Jeremiah, honestly. And the final book is called We'll Always Have Summer. I think this takes place when they're older, like college age. I absolutely love this cover the most. I love purple a lot. If only summer could last forever. Her whole life, Belly has been in love with the Fishers. Susanna was like a second mother to her. Conrad was her first love, and Jeremiah was her first real boyfriend. Now, after 2 years, Jeremiah gets down on bended knee and offers Belly what she has always wanted, to be Belly Fisher. As Jeremiah and Belly head back to Cousins Beach